Hi, my name is Freddy Clark. I'm a food and beverage photographer. A little while ago, I put up a video of a quick and portable lighting setup where I can photograph a bottle or anything pretty much with just using one Westcott ice light. And really, it's a matter of taking images on a tripod, set up so there's no camera movement, and I am doing lighting the bottle exactly where I want to put the light, one shot at a time. So here I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to bring them together and composite them, or pretty much any composite you may want to do in Lightroom and Photoshop. And this is the easiest, quickest way I've found to do it. So you start in Lightroom. I've done my global adjustments to each one of my images, and I'm going to highlight them all, and I'm going to come up to Photo, Edit In, Open as Layers in Photoshop, and click on that. What that is going to do is Photoshop is going to process them a little bit and open up a new window with each one of the layers, each one of the photos as a layer. Now, I've gone ahead and renamed these already so I have an idea of exactly which ones they are. So as I'm working through it, I know exactly how I'm going to be painting these in. And really, it's going to be a pretty simple process. Nothing too big here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight them all, and then I'm going to come down to Edit, Auto Align Layers, and I'm going to click on that. And what that's going to do is if there's any, if they are off at any bit, if they are not completely lined up, Auto Align will do that for us and bring them all together so that they are literally one stacked right on top of each other. Okay, so from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, based on what their use is going to be, I'm going to add in a layer mask, but it's going to be an inverted or black layer mask. So this way it's going to hide the image at first. So I'm going to turn this one on. So here's left side. So if you'll see right here, this is the highlight. This is the photo with the highlight down the left side of the bottle. So this is what I want to show, but I don't need all the rest of it. Especially don't need that because that's probably me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. Let me just do that. I'm going to come down to highlight the one image, come down to mask, but instead of clicking it straight away, I'm going to hold down the Option key. I'm on a Mac, and that's going to open up a inverted or black layer mask on that highlighted image. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to a brush tool, and I'm going to brush in white. Now just remember, in Photoshop, white reveals, black conceals. So the inverted mask here hides this entire image, right? So we're seeing the base image now. A brush with white is going to, as I paint, it will reveal what's underneath that one image. And as you can see, it's bringing forward that highlight that I wanted. And I can just work down here and go as far as I want. Okay. And come up here. Now, if I were to make a mistake, and see how that's pretty bright here, X, or just, which will change this back to black to be my foreground color, I can paint over and pretty much basically erase the mistake that I made. Okay, so again, I'm going to now the right side, I am going to highlight the right side, click on Option to add an inverted layer mask. Make sure I am on white for my brush color. And now on the opposite side of the bottle, I am going to paint in the highlight from that layer. Now I said you can do this with just about anything. So if you're compositing, say, images of splashes, the exact same thing will apply. You can use this exact same method. And now, here's my bottle glow. You can see that's really bright. I don't want it that bright. So I'm going to do a couple things to this one. So first of all, I'm going to lower its opacity before I even put the mask on it. I want it to blend a little bit more. I don't want the pop to be that great. I want to kind of scale it back a little bit. So we'll go to 40, 42 for now. And now I'm going to add that mask again. And in this scenario, for this one, I want to come right down the middle and paint this in. Now this may take some experimenting of actually how far I want to go in. I definitely want to get that little laughing Buddha guy. He's right in the middle there. So I want to get him in there. And I'm going to paint him in all the way down to the bottle. All the way down to the bottom of the bottle, rather. Okay, now it is a little harsh here. It does seem a little harsh. So I'm going to feather that a little more here. I'm going to adjust. I am at 100%, 0%. So paint that in a little bit more down the sides here. And now what I can do is with the opacity, go back to the image, not the layer. I'm going to bring that down a little more. So, and I'm going to play with how I think it will look the best. And I may have to come back in, and I may want to feather down the sides a little bit more, but I think you get the point. And little trial and error, back and forth. If I paint something, if I paint a little too far, I can always come back in and redo it with a black brush. But what I'll eventually come to is an image where I like the whole thing, and then I'll just save it as one. So I hope you found this helpful. You can reach me at cheers@santephoto.com if you have any questions, and hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot.